This is Rosalee Henry, the seven-figure doula whisperer with Chatbout, and this is where we transform lives one conversation at a time. So I'm so excited to have you joining me for another episode. But I'm also so excited because we have launched our billboard, and so many people have been reaching out to me and congratulating us, and just telling us how much we have inspired them, and we so appreciate that. But at the same time, I want to share with you some of the things that we have gone through, right? Because a lot of times as entrepreneurs, we do not give ourselves grace. And I just want to take tonight to just encourage someone. Don't give up on your dreams. It's not going to be easy. But if this is something that you know within yourself, that this is your passion, this is something you want to do, pray about it, cry about it, get support, hire a coach, do whatever you need to do, whatever it takes to get you over that hump. Because, it's not an easy road. It's not an easy road. But when you push forward and you see the result of your hard work, it feels rewarding. And just to know that you are encouraging someone else, you are inspiring someone else. Because like I said, so many people have reached out to us to say how much that we have inspired them. And, for me, that is success, knowing that we can, reach across the world. Like people all over reaching out and saying, that they've been watching me over the years and they're so inspired by me. So I want to take this opportunity to say thank you, and also to pour into you and encourage you that don't give up. And for those who are in Atlanta, the Atlanta area, if you could go by the billboard and just, snap a picture and post it and share it, because we need your support. We cannot do this by ourselves. We really need your support. And we all know what it is like being on social media. The more shares you get, the more you're being recognized, and the more that I can give back and pour back into the people who I set out to support. So, sweetie, you want to tell exactly where the billboard is?
Sure. At this time, the billboard is up at the Georgia State University area.
Yes.
If you look up, you'll see the big blue tiger, and above that, you will see mothers.
No, it's not Mother's Day.
No, it's not the Mother's one. This is the RedRose VA Staffing. I'm sorry. We've got so many different things going. Sometimes I do get them confused. But no, this is for our RedRose VA Staffing Services business.
Yes, it is.
You'll see the blue tiger. You'll see the ad. And then, like she said, take a picture, post it online. Help support us, help blow us up and make us even larger than we are now.
Yeah, so we can be able to give back and do more, like we're already doing into the community. Because like like I said, the entrepreneurial journey is not easy, because we didn't start here. Right, it has been a journey, and back when we first started, we were juggling everything. A matter of fact, when we first started, you were already in corporate America, so most of the business part, the back end, was on me. I was actually working in the business and on the business at the same time. We're in multiple hats, juggling, traveling, dealing with clients, traveling internationally, managing paperwork, running payroll, interviewing clients, and working, and also have a team. So it's like the typical.
You were burning yourself out.
Yes, I was. It has gotten very overwhelming. Very overwhelming, because the thing is, I did not have any system or processes in place. I started out in the caregiving world as a nanny. I always know that I love caregiving, and I just evolved and things just work out. We just been blessed. God has blessed us in so many different ways, and things grew. But the business side of it, I was just honestly just winging it, just like most entrepreneurs
do. When we first start out, most people are winging it, because most people have not sat down to learn different processes and to understand that, yes, even if you are a one-man show or one-woman show in the beginning, you want to grow. You want things to change. You want to become bigger than that. And eventually, you become the problem in your own business, because you can only do so much.
Yes. The bottleneck. And always tell my clients that there are two things that you cannot do in your business and grow, become successful at the same time, and that is working in your business and on your business. You have to choose one. You cannot do both and be successful. So just like when we were running the business right in the middle of everything, traveling with clients, doing so much, my mom, who actually lives with us, right, at 84 years old, got breast cancer. And so that's why, celebrate Breast Cancer Month, because it means a lot to me. So going through our treatments and everything, still running a business, still taking care of, family, having kids. That time, Shanika was just finished high school, getting into Spelman.
Yeah,
so it was
just started.
Yeah, so it was a lot. It was a lot going on. So you think about the mental stress, the physical stress of running a business and also taking care of your mom at the same time. It was a lot. And right after mom got clear of cancer, it was just so hard for me to think of going back to work. I started getting anxiety, start getting panic attack, thinking about going back into a client home to care for their newborns, even though that's something I love to do. But just seeing what my mom gone through, I had a total different perspective on what life should be like. I want to travel. I want to enjoy life. I did not want to do that. So, that was when we sat down and we made that decision. Like, okay, how else can I now help our clients without actually going back into the field to physically do the work?
And that still is an issue till today, because we still have clients calling specifically for Rosalee. And we have to let them know, we have expanded now the business. We have trained others to do the job just as well, because if she is going to be running the business, she cannot be working in the business. And with me doing the things that I do for the business in the background, that also eliminates me doing it. So we had to come to that understanding and really make the decision to not work the business. And trust me, it's easy to go back into that. It's very, very easy to slip back into that. Okay, I can do this, but I can get everything in the business-wise done. But wait, this one particular special client really needs help. No, you've got to get out of that mentality of working in the business and start running your business. You've got to learn how to delegate. You've got to get processes in place. And you've got to stand firm that you are now a business owner and not just doing this as a side hustle.
True. And it goes back to lack of knowledge, because when you don't know, right?
That's
so
true.
It's like for me, when I first, got started, and even when I hired a team, I was like, not really say, micromanage, but I was like, okay, if it's taking you this long to do it, might as well I just do it. Right? Or if I have to explain to you over and over to do it, might as well I just do it. But it was not until I hired a coach when we decided to add another business onto it. I was like, okay, you know what? We're going to venture out now, all different territory. And a lot of times, things will happen to us in life, and we get so down on ourselves. But sometimes we have to sit back and be like, God, why has this happened to me? Why am I going through this? And for us, when mom got cancer, that opened up a whole new business, endeavor for us, because we were not into home care. But just going through the process and see what it takes to get the right person to care for your loved one. I'm like, you know what? If I can care for newborn, if I can run a business caring for newborn, I can do the same thing for the elderly, because they're just bigger babies. Right? But for real. So
yes,
that was when we did our
respects.
research. Yeah, that was when, because business is business. And, as long as you're providing excellent care, good customer service, and your heart
That's all that
into it,
counts.
that's it. So when we decided to add that part of the business, well, I'm like, you know what? Now we're growing. We definitely need a coach. We need someone to walk us through this.
Someone that's been there and done that.
Exactly. And that was when our whole world was open up about, okay, SOPs, like, okay, we need to have system and processes in place. I was like, oh God, I thought I had it going on. I thought I had a business, right?
Well, you did have a business. You just didn't have all the pieces of the business in place?
Well, after that consultation with my coach, and I remember, in a couple of weeks in, and she said to me, Rosalee, I want you to walk me through what your day-to-day looks like. And when I, from the moment you get up to the moment you go to bed. And when I gave that to her, and she said, I remember her saying to me that, Rosalee, you're not the CEO of your business. You're the scheduler and recruiter. I was like, what? She said, yes, all these that you're doing, these are not CEO tasks. You are doing what you're supposed to have your worker do. But because I did not have the system and processes in place, everything was in my head. So for me, it was just so much easier for me to just do it than to delegate, because I did not know how to delegate. And the reason why I didn't know how to delegate was because I not have my processes in place. So that became difficult. But when she sat me down, we sat down, we worked it out, we did our organizational chart, we did everything. Everything now just starts streamlining. And it makes me so much happier.
Also, it makes the day go by much, much easier, because now you're not stressing about, well, is this done? Is that done? Have you spoke to this? Have you spoke to that? You realize that you now have the people in place to get it done. And even if how can I put this? SOPs are designed so that even if someone leaves, even if equipment changes, even if software changes, the process is still the same.
Yes.
And if one person checks out, you can check another person right in and say, here you go, do the job. It's all laid out.
Exactly.
That's the main reason for SOPs.
Right.
Instead of always having to show, okay, I told this person this, but now I got to go all the way back around and show you again. No, those processes are in place, so you never have to worry about that again. And yes, they will change.
They should change, because things do change. Your business grows.
Times change, the way you do things change, but you have it written down so that no matter what happens, if you have to step away, the business can still run.
Exactly. I always tell my clients, look at SOP as the GPS for your business. The same way you're going somewhere, have no idea where you're going, you put the address in, and it's going to take you there. That is what the SOP do for your business.
Exactly.
And like for us, like you said, if you step away, someone can take over. We realize how blessed we were to hire someone who helped us to get our business streamlined and get all our, system and processes in place. Because when we both got admitted for COVID and pneumonia on the same day, the very same day, if we did not have that in place, we would not be on the air right now, because we would not have a business.
No, things would have just completely folded and fell apart.
We would not have a business.
Not only having the SOPs, but having to have taken time to train those people.
Yes.
And make sure that those things were in place.
Yes.
That really helped to save the business.
That's what saved the business. Because for me, if I'm working with an agency and 1 week passed and I don't get paid, I may go to work the next week, depending on the relationship that we have. But another pay period and I don't get paid, no, I'm not going to go into work, right? With no one to talk to. So that's what would have happened to us if we did not have everything in place, that our dear daughter could have stepped in and take over and run the business. Because at that time we were staffing facilities, with having group homes, we have
personal homes in people's personal houses.
Right. We also have postpartum clients at the same time. We have so many workers out in the field. I mean, it would have been devastating. We would not be able to survive that.
But again, luckily, we did take time to put those things in place. We did take time to put the right people in place.
Yes.
The other part to that is you also have to remember there may come a time that you have to remove certain people. So it's all a process. It's all a revolving door in that you have to make sure that whoever you put in place is actually doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Yep. But even for the people that you have to remove, you have to have documentation. You have to have the whole process in place. You have your HR department. That's the reason why you have to know exactly how your business is structured. You have your organizational chart. Who is responsible for what department? What are the processes? So if anything happened, everything is streamlined. And no, you're not the bottleneck in your business, because like I said, especially for me, and I'm talking from personal experience, when I started this business, I have no idea how to run a business, right? I pretty much just wing it, and I was blessed, making money. But then when I decided to venture out into the home care part of the business, I'm like, okay, this is a whole new beast.
Whole new beast, whole
new adventure.
All these processes don't work the same
No,
anymore.
it doesn't. So that's when, I was able to hire someone who was able to help us to make sure that everything was done the correct way, everything is streamlined. And in turn, it really helped our bottom line, because now we are not the bottleneck in our business. We can now focus on the things that is going to bring the money in, and we're not there doing the mundane stuff.
Right.
That we shouldn't be doing as the CEO of our business.
But again, it's all a learning process, and that's what we're here to help people do. We're here to help you bypass a lot of the roadblocks, a lot of the stop gaps, a lot of the things that we ran into are what we're here to try to help businesses like ours and even other businesses, one, to avoid, and two, to learn how to adjust to those changes, to those things that will come up. Because even if you've got everything planned out, something is going to happen.
Yes.
You can't prepare for COVID. We had absolutely no idea we were going to be hospitalized for over 10 days.
Wow.
You can't plan for a particular person maybe passing away or deciding that, as we ran into, 3 or 4 people deciding to leave within 2 weeks. We had absolutely no idea. But having processes in place makes those kinds of things a lot easier, because you at least have some idea of what to do to get around it, to make it better, or at least to keep functioning until you can find a way to make it better.
And even for hiring someone else to come on, now you don't have to sit there and train that person, because if you already have your company set up, I always suggest to my clients, make sure that you have, in every department, you have a lead person. So you now train that one person, right? So that person is going to be the lead for that department. So whoever else you brings on, now it's their responsibility, with all the SOPs and everything you have in place, to easily train that person. So now you remove yourself, right? You remove yourself, and now you focus on what is going to bring the money in. So let the people who you're hiring as workers, let them do their jobs. But you, as the CEO of your business, have to make sure that you are giving them the tools that they need to do their job properly.
You also need to make sure you review those SOPs on an ongoing basis.
Yes.
Because like we said earlier, things do change. And you need to make sure that what you have those workers doing is the most efficient way to get it done.
Yes.
And with that lead person in place, that lead person should only be reporting to you. You shouldn't be getting anything from 4 and 5 different people, only that lead person. And if that lead person is not doing that job, it may be time to find a new lead.
What do you say? Hire slow and fire fast. Yes. But at the same time, you have to make sure as a CEO that you're training your workers. You're giving them the tools that they need to be efficient.
Yeah, to get the job done. And again, that's where those processes and procedures come into place.
Once you have that, again, like you said, the delegation now becomes so much more smoother, so much more easier. The transition is so much better because you have everything in place. A lot of time I'll talk to a client and they're like, okay, I'm ready to grow. I'm ready for a team. Okay, what is your team going to look like? Do you have your SOPs in place? Because if everything as a CEO is still in your head, when you bring on a team, all you're going to do is frustrate that team, and they're not going to stay. You know your business is going to be a revolving door. So you have to make sure that you have your roadmap set up, your GPS. So when you bring that person on, all you're handing them is your handbook along with your lead, and that person take it from there. And that's the reason why. So guys, after everything, so we're coming back to the Billboard. So this is where everything started. Want to tell you how we come about now with transition in or combining both businesses, because I'm always a postpartum doula. I always identify as a postpartum doula. And over the years, with me caring for clients, making sure that they have everything they need, emotional support, physical support, educational support. Now I want to be a village now for the people who are actually doing the work, because the only way that we're going to be able to make an impact, especially in the maternal community, especially what is going on with the maternal mortality rate right now, is to make sure that the people who are doing the work have a sustainable living. And if you're an agency owner, I want to make sure that your business is set up to be one, recession proof, and one, pandemic proof, because we have been through it. We have been through it. And if your business is not set up, how many big business right now are going belly up?
Not only that, businesses are being bought up by other people because they didn't have those things in place.
Exactly.
And that money that they were able to get, now they're buying businesses at a discount. All because people didn't prepare, didn't try to see the future. Again, you can't predict everything, but you can prepare to make sure that if something goes to the left, you've got things in place to help recenter everyone.
Exactly. And that's how RedRose VA Staffing was birthed, because everything that I've gone through, I know for sure that I am not the only one who is going through this struggle. I'm not the only one who has been gone through that challenge of growing your business, scaling your business, having a profitable business, because at the end of the day, we're in business for profit. We're not, even if you're non-profit, you still have the word profit on there.
You still got to make money. You still got to live.
You still have to make money. So now I'm showing others within the maternal and community industry how to save time and also save money by outsourcing the things that you don't know how to do. So now, instead of you having to bring somebody in-house, right, to do it, you don't have to provide the person with a computer. You don't have to provide them with a desk, a space for them to be. They're going to be working from the comfort of their home. Correct. But also, when you think about the cost that you're going to be saving, everyone who has a business, as long as you have a legitimate business, you have an employee, you know all the things that you have to pay out.
Administrative costs kill you.
For real. And on top of that, you have to pay their workers' comp, because in the state of Georgia, if you have 3 or more employees, you have to have workers' comp. You have to make sure that you're matching their Social Security, their Medicaid, unemployment taxes. That's high. In
some cases, you have to provide insurance coverage for them.
Exactly. So these are the things that we are taking off of small business owners, and now we are able to bring in-house the things that they need to do. So we're helping them to set up their SOPs. We're helping them to do their automation for the emails, right? Because we want to make sure, no matter what type of product you have, if nobody know what you have, it's not going to get sold. Yeah. It's not.
You can have the greatest thing on the planet, but if people don't know about it, they'll never take it. They'll never get it. They'll never understand how to use it.
No, they won't. So these are the things that, we are helping to save your bottom line. Because what we do, we can save you at least 10 to 15 hours per week. So think about what you can do with 10 to 15 more hours. I don't know for anybody else, but I know what I could do with that, right? And on top of that, we can save anywhere between 30 to 40% on your payroll.
Yeah, because
that's a big saving because of what we can do in-house. So you now can be able to be more efficient, streamline your business, save time, spend more time with your family. You cannot put a price on that.
One other piece to that people also, in my opinion, don't look at. Not only are you saving on all those costs, but you're saving on all the stress and headache of keeping up with all of the changes that are going on. Because now certain businesses have to file different forms. You have to report to different organizations. All these things are constantly changing. And instead of you having to worry about that and keeping track, that's something that we can help provide for you.
Yep. I see Karen on. Hey, Karen, how are you? Oh, my God, Karen is actually my classmate from Jamaica. Thank you so much for your support and for being here. Hi, Sierra, how are you? Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it.
If there are any questions for anyone, either on the YouTube channel or the Facebook chats that are going on,
Yes.
please post your questions there, and we will do our best to get them answered.
Hi, Tash. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining. We really appreciate it. So people may ask, like, what are some of the things that a virtual assistant can help you with, or what are some of the things that you can outsource? So whether it's project management, or client onboarding, billing, or just to manage your inbox. Those are some of the things that we can definitely take on for you. And our VAs are trained and they're specialized skills. It is awesome. Like we have our other families, right?
Yeah. One other thing too, now with all of the automations that are going on, those are some of the things that a lot of businesses, instead of you having to deal with that learning curve, you can have a VA do that for you.
Right.
Help them with your websites. Help them with your CRMs. Have them, I said that wrong. Have them help you.
Them help you.
With your emails, CRMs, websites, getting your automations in place, your AI. Things like that can also be used for, VA can be used for. So a lot of processes right now, a lot of things to help your business grow can be done virtually. Instead of you having to have 20, 30 people in-house, buildings, rent, leases, extra insurance for buildings, cars, and worrying about all of that, a lot of that can be done virtually. So everybody's there, always on time, always ready to work, never having to worry about, well, it's raining outside, so I'm not coming to work.
Right.
Those people are available all the time. And in certain cases, depending on your situation, can be made available 24/7.
Yes. Because we have, it all depends on how our workload is. Sometimes we have, 24 hours operation going.
Exactly.
So definitely, because it's especially if you, in the home care business, you have someone, you're responsible for someone overnight. You want to make sure that if God forbid something happened, one of your workers is at work, you need to be able to be contacted, or the client need to be able to get in touch with you. Anything can happen. So with that, we make sure that if you're part of our team, right, we are on board with you. That's one of the services that we also provide, making sure that your client has someone to talk to at all times.
It's needed also to have someone there at all times, because if you are a business that does provide overnight services, anything from maybe you do cleaning and you're working with a company and your cleaning service can only go in at night. Maybe you have a business similar to ours where you're taking care of babies or adults or whoever, and you're doing things overnight. You want to make sure that there is someone available that can be contacted that is knowledgeable enough to deal with basic questions, so that you, being the owner, CEO, whatever you want to call yourself, don't have to worry about that. You can take time to do the things that you need to do to not only bring more business in, but to take care of yourself, because if you fold, obviously the business folds.
Right. And I'm glad you say that, because we don't start business to become frustrated. Our business should not be a burden for us, right? We should be enjoying our business. So if you get to the point where you're feeling burnt out, you now need to step back and say, okay, what can I do? What am I doing? And what can I do to eliminate this burnout? And if it's because of the business, not having the proper structure, or not having enough people in your company to delegate to, that's important for you to recognize, and like, okay, these are the things that I need to now do to make my business run efficiently.
Exactly. And to make sure
And make it profitable, and also for your health.
to make it worthwhile.
For your health. Because burnt out is real, mental health is real, and we should not be getting sick because of our business.
Yeah.
That's not why you start a business.
You don't start a business to stress you out and ruin your health.
No, but a lot of time we are stressed out because we do not have things set up properly in our business.
Right.
Right. A lot of us start business, we didn't have a blueprint. We didn't have, we're not the, even second, third generation of people in our business, in our family who have business. So we have no one to guide us. We just pretty much learning as we go, winging it. So here we are, ready to take that burden off you, help you to streamline your business, help you to provide that extra, hands that you need to run your business, to make sure that you don't get burnt out and you're enjoying your business. So now you will want to provide more and do more for your community.
Exactly.
So we are going to take a quick break and we will be right back. All right, so welcome back, everyone. Again, thank you so much for joining me and spending this time with me. And I hope that you have learned something, and it's something that you'll be able to use in your business and help your business to grow. So once we set up our standard operating procedure, that's what SOP stands for. That really changed everything for me. I could finally, know delegate because I had everything in place. So it was much more easier for me to bring someone on, know exactly who I need, because my job description now was, tightened up. Everything was able now to run smoothly. So now I was now able to relax more, but also serve my clients better. I was able to now bring more people on because I had more workers. My workers were now not frustrated because they feel comfortable working in an environment where they have some type of structure. Like I said, if you bring a team on and you have no guidance, you have no way to guide them, they're not going to stay because they're going to get frustrated. Right? So you have to make sure that your back end is set up before you talk about bringing in a team. You have to make sure that you have everything lined up. You have your GPS, you have your bullet points, everything is ready to go. And this will make your operation run so much better. And now you'll be able to grow and scale better, right? Because now you have more free time. You can go out, you can bring in more clients, because you already have your back end set up. Now you're able to serve your community. A lot of the time we go into business because we are passionate about what we do, but also because we want to serve our community. So if we don't have our foundation set up right, it's not going to work. It's going to crumble. It's going to crumble. And I know that many of you, whether you are a doula, a lactation consultant, a agency owner, a CNA, whoever it is in the maternal and community health industry, we're all at times faced with struggles and challenges, whether it is with the client or within our back end. But whatever that we can eliminate, some things we have no control over, none. But the things that we have control over, those are the things that we should make sure that we get in line to help to streamline and make our business run smoother. We did not go into business to have headaches. We did not go into business to be stressed. We go into business for two things: to serve our community and to make money. That's it. That's the two reasons why we're going into business. So we now have to sit back. I'm like, okay, where is the bottleneck in my business? Where am I struggling in my business? Is it to get client? When I do get client, is it to retain client? Are we making it easy for us to onboard our clients? Are we making it easy for our clients to do business with us? Are we making it easy for our workers, or caregivers, or nurses, or whoever it is, or employees? Are we making it easy for them to want to work with us, to come on board with us? What does our onboarding for caregivers look like, or workers, or doulas, or newborn care specialists? Whoever it is that you're hiring, what does that look like? What does your HR department look like? For your marketing, what does that look like? What does your content look like? What are people seeing out there about you? Why do they even want to do business with you? So those are some of the things that you have to sit back and ask yourself. And also, do I have the bandwidth? Do I have the know-how? Because for me, when I first got started, I didn't know what to tell somebody that I would bring on what to do. I would not know what to tell them to do. And that's the reason why I hire a coach who can coach me through it, give me the blueprint. They have gone through it before. So now when I bring someone on, I know exactly what to tell them. Because if it's all in our head, we only can tell them just what we already know. And what we know may be just basic.
One thing I will add to that is being the business owner, you've got to take your emotions out of it.
Yes.
And you have to be able
It's
to...
my baby.
Take your emotions out of it, and you have to be able to accept, one, you don't know everything.
No.
As much as you think you don't know everything. And two, accept the fact that you yourself need to be trained.
Yes.
You yourself need to understand that, yes, I'm the boss, I'm running everything, but I may also be the problem in my business because I don't know what I don't know. And I don't know what I need to know. And those two things are killing me. So you've got to be a big enough person to understand and accept the fact that somebody can help you be better. You have to be humble enough to accept the help.
And also acknowledge that you are not the smartest person
In the room. It's
In your
always better to surround yourself with smarter
Yes.
people than you.
Yes.
Even though you're the main character, you're the boss, you're the head honcho, surround yourself with people smarter than you to help you get to the next level.
And be open to criticism. Be open to learn. Because when you bring other people into your organization, you should be hiring people who know more than you. If you're hiring someone and you know more than them in that department, it does not make sense.
They can't help you.
They can't help you because you already know to this level. You want to hire people who is going to bring new ideas in, right? The people you're hiring should be at least working for their paycheck, not for you to be working to be paying them. They should be working for their paycheck. They should be bringing new ideas to you. And you do not want to have people around you where all they are yes people. No, I tell my team, I need you to push back.
You need to have someone that has other ideas. We're not saying get somebody that's always contradictory,
No.
always butting
No.
heads. But if you say, we're going to do A, there should be somebody on your team that says, well, I think we should do B, and this is why. If they can justify their B, then it may be worth considering.
Yes.
But if you're just going to have somebody that says, oh, the boss man said do A, so we're just going to do A and we're just going to keep going, that is not how you make a business grow, because that B process might be the key thing that gets you to that next level. Or that B process might be your fallback. If something goes wrong with A, at least B is there. Everybody knows how to do B also, so we can keep this thing moving. So you always have to be open to new ideas. You always have to know that you don't know everything. And you always have to try to surround yourself with people that are smarter than you, or that at least can think for themselves and bring new ideas.
Like I said before, think about all the things that you have going that is preventing you from bringing in more client in your business, right? You may be there doing $15 an hour, $20 an hour task when you could be out there doing a $200 an hour task,
Exactly.
right? But because you're stuck in this situation, and And a lot of time we're stuck because we don't know that there are other options, right? We don't know that there are people like us, companies like us, who can take so many things off your plate, free up your time, so now you can go out and do the things that you're supposed to be doing to bring in money into your business.
Again, that goes back to understanding that you don't know everything. You have to be willing to go out there and look, research, and every now and then just throw up your hands and say, I don't know, who can help me? Be humble enough to accept that help, and be humble enough in yourself to know that, yeah, I might want to do it this way, but is there another way to get it done?
That is true. And I'll always say I am so grateful and I'm so thankful when I was introduced to setting up my business the way a business is supposed to be set up. I'm so thankful and grateful when I hired 4 people at one time, trained them, have all our system and processes in place, have everything documented. I know I said to you the other day that, I wish we had known the things that we know now. I wish we had known that those, like years back. But I still have to make sure I'm giving myself grace, because I didn't have a blueprint. I didn't have guidance at that time. And what we have gone through, and I always say, is not a mistake, it's experience. That's what we gain. Because now I can share it with others. I'm gonna drop one nugget. For people who are in like home care agency or even the doula maternal, one of the big mistake that we made when we first started, we got this big industrious printer, right? And we create all these folders, and we print all this paperwork, and we made how many folders and how many this, and every applicant would come in. We did the process, and we print off all these papers, and we spent so much money on paper and ink one thing I would suggest for you to do, make sure that you're keeping every file digitally. You create a file for whatever it is that you need to create a file for, and you have all the different folders in that file. So even when the state reach out to you and let you know they are coming, then that's when you go print what you need to print. Don't print these drawers of stuff, and we have everything in alphabetical order, and we have all these things. I'm like, oh my God, what were we thinking? But we didn't know.
We had no idea, but now that we do, everything is digitized.
So I'm encouraging, make sure, get a secure.
It's called a secure drive, dear.
Get a secure drive. My husband, he's the IT person. He keeps me straight. Get a secure drive. And make sure that's where you're storing stuff, and you only print the things that you need to print when you need to print it. Don't waste money like we do. And I always tell my client, I'm going to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm going to tell you the thing. I don't care if you laugh at me. I don't care. That was back then. I know better now. But I'm telling you so you don't have to make the same mistakes, because that was a costly mistake.
Very. Dealing with the ink, dealing with the paper, and finding places to store all
those
stuff.
Cabinets that we had to have. No, so
cabinets, locks,
yeah,
security measures in place.
Yeah, I mean, you still need that because when you print them, but we didn't need all those cabinets and stuff. We wouldn't even need the side office that we had. We wouldn't even need that, because everybody could have been virtual except the administrator and a couple other people in the office. But we learn, and that's the reason why I'm packaging all the mistakes I made, all the good things that happened to me, all the bad things that happened to me, and I'm sharing it with you. I'm not holding anything back. Feel free to ask me, how did you do this? How did that work? I'm going to share it with you, because if I can save one person from going through the things that we have gone through, I've done my job. So I want to offer everyone who is on here, you're listening, or if someone will have a business, I'd love to offer you a free consultation about how we can help you in the virtual space. We would love to talk with you. We'd love to share ideas with you. We'd love to let you know, how we did it, what you should do, what you shouldn't do. So please don't hesitate to reach out. And for those who are in Atlanta, if you're passing by Georgia State and you see our billboard, please take a picture of it and send it to us. Share it, because we're looking for the exposure. We need that exposure. We do. So I love you guys. Stay safe. Keep watching, keep supporting. I appreciate it. I really, really do. Because, a lot of you know where we started from. I see Marvin on here. Hey, Marvin, thanks for joining. Everyone, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. Keep sharing when I post things. Keep commenting. If you know any business owners who need our help, please don't hesitate, because the only way that we're going to get to the next level is just helping each other one step at a time, right? We can't know things and keep it to ourselves. We cannot know things and keep it to ourselves. And whatever I know, if I can save another business person, if I can help someone to elevate, if I can help someone to get to the next level, that's what I'm going to do. So like I said, if you know anyone who has a business, anyone who need help to set up their business, anyone who need help to streamline, making sure that their business back end is set up, please send them our way. And our virtual assistant company is RedRose VA Staffing.com. So thank you guys. Until next time, I love you. Stay safe. And, let's keep praying for each other.
Good evening, everyone.